Hey guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be drafting the female trouser in a very simple way. Okay, it is well detailed, so please sit tight and watch to the very end. So you're going to start by measuring your waistline, which is going to be the trouser waist. Okay, the distance between the trouser waist and your hip. So whatever it is, you subtract your trouser band measurements. So I'll be using 1.5 inch for my trouser band. So you can see I'll be using 1.5 mm. So whatever any other measurement is going to start from there. So that's why I just place it on the line up there. So my distance is 9 inches, which is the hip line. The distance between my trouser waist and my hip is 9 inches. So I've marked that down and I'll connect the dotted line. So after then, you sit on a flat surface and measure the distance from your waist down to the surface where you are seated on. Okay, so make sure you sit upright, and I'll be using 11 inches for mine. So that is your crotch line. It's very important in drafting the trouser. So after the crotch line, you go ahead and measure the trouser length, the desired length, how long you want your trouser to be. So I'll be using 38 inches for mine. So you mark that and connect the dotted point too. Okay, so that's the trouser length. And after drafting the trouser length, we need to know our new length. So in this, you measure the distance between your crotch line and your trouser length, divide it by 2. Whatever you get, you subtract 2 inches from it. So mine is 13. So 2 minus 13, as in 13.5. So 2 minus 13 will be that 11.5 where I got there. Yes. Divide the distance between your crotch line and your trouser length. Whatever I get, divided by 2 and subtract 2 from whatever you get again. Then we're going to measure the thigh length. This thigh length is optional and is always like 3 inches from your crotch line. I'm not going to be paying attention to it in this tutorial, but we're going to use it, just measure it and fixing the circumference on it when the time comes. So guys, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. So now we're going on the hip line. You're going to put in the hip circumference on it. So whatever your hip circumference is, divide it by 4. So I'm using 40. My hip is 40, so which is divided by 4 is 10, and I'm adding ½ inch for seam allowance. Sorry, for ease. Okay, so whatever it is you put on the hip line, you come down to the crotch line too and fix the same measurement too, which is 10.5. Then on the waistline too, I'm going to mark the same 10.5 because I'll just connect them together with a straight line. So you can see. So I'm using this hip measurement because it's the largest part for the largest measurement on the trouser. So now going to the crotch line, we need to create our crotch extension now. And in doing so, whatever we have on our hip line, which is our hip circumference divided by 4, we're going to divide that same thing by 4. So I had 10 on mine, so that 10 divided by 4 is going to give me 2.5. So That's what I'm going to use for my crotch extension. So at this corner here, you can just raise it by 1.5 in order to create a very nice cuff. But if you know you can do the cuff smoothly, you might not need the 1.5. But remember, your crotch extension, whatever your hip circumference divided by 4 is, you divide it again by 4. So that's what I use for my crotch extension. So that is it for the crotch extension. Then we need to find a midpoint, okay, for the other places. So what we're going to do is the hip measurement, which is 10.5, that will mark there. Yes, find the midpoint. So we're going to mark it all through. In order to get to create the actual measurements for the knee circumference and also the ankle circumference. So I'm going to connect it together with a straight line. Up there to the waist. So that's the midpoint for the trouser. So now, yes, we need to connect them. So going to the knee circumference now, take the measurement of your hip round, then divide it by 2. So whatever it is after dividing by 2, you place it on the center line so that you can have equal measurement on both sides of it. I hope we understand that part. So the ankle too, the same thing. Whatever your ankle circumference divided by 2, then you place the midpoint on the trouser center line. Okay, and I'm going to connect the knee to the ankle. So I'm connecting the knee to the crotch extension. And the next thing we'll connect the knee to the hip. So now we are going over to the trouser waist. So whatever your waist circumference is, divided by 4. Your trouser waist circumference divided by 4. So you're going to start from where you have the crotch extension. You're going to start marking from that edge. I think I'm using 7.5 for mine. A plus 1 inch that allowance. Please, if you're going to be putting that on your trouser, you're going to add that allowance, which is important. Then I'll connect the waist down to the hip line. So that is it. Then the next thing we're going to create the dart. So from this same midpoint, you create your dart. I'll be using 4 inches for my dart length. Then I'll mark 0.5 inch on both sides of the line. and I'll connect them together this way. Okay, so now we'll go down to the hemming of the trouser. So don't just draw a straight line down, let it tilt out a bit so that it will be easy to fold over. So guys, this is our front pattern. I've added ½ joining allowance, and being a trouser, we really don't need much joining allowance. So I also do the same thing for the waist also, because we need some allowance to join the waist to the band. So I'm going to cut it out carefully. Okay, let's forget, please, let's add the zipper fly. So from the main hip line, you're just going to measure 2 inches. You measure 2 inches from the waist down to the hip line and connect it. So this is going to serve as the zipper fly. So I'm going to show more light on that when I'm joining the trouser. So but let's just leave this here. It's going to be useful for the zipper fly. So we'll go ahead and carefully cut it out, because we're going to need this pattern for the back part. So creating pockets for our trouser, we're going to measure like 2 inches from that side. Okay, so measure 2 inches on the trouser waist, then maybe like 6 inches for the wideness, and I'll connect them together just this way. You can also use a free hand to create the cuff. So that's going to serve as the opening for the pocket. So just watch carefully, please. So I'm going to transfer the same thing. The space I mark, I'm going to transfer it to the underneath, to the paper underneath, in order to create the pocket bag. I also measure like how long I want the paper bag to be, how long and wide it varies. I'm just trying to create a curve there. It's optional, so you can see it's in dotted form. You can either use the straight one or the curved one, or any other style. So after joining this part, I'm going to attach it from the inside. We have the pocket facing, and okay, pocket facing and the other one will be joined together just to form the pocket bag inside. So this is how it's going to be placed, but this facing is going to go in the upper part will be cut out, please. Yes, so that I can put an inside. So the upper part on the main pattern will be cut out. Okay guys, we're going to be drafting the back pattern now. So I've already traced out the front pattern on a fresh paper. Okay, so I will start by marking the midpoint between our center front and the trouser midline. So whatever it is, you mark it down. So I just mark mine with that dot. Okay, then we go ahead and create our crotch extension for the back. So creating the crotch extension, just add 2 inches to the, yes, just add 2 inches to the crotch line there. That's for the back. Then go down by ½ inch and create the slight slope there. Okay, so whatever distance you have, the same measurements we use in creating the crotch extension for our back, for our front measurement, you go up and place it up there. Okay, then at the point, in order to create a cuff here, just add 2 inches. Yes, just the way I mark it, just add 2 inches to it. So that means you only be adding ½ inch to the cuff that is already there, and you connect it to create the cuff. So please, you may need to do this carefully and connect it up. Hope you understand this part, please. Okay, so I will now measure the measurement I have on my trouser waist. Then I'll mark the same thing. Be sure of the measurement on your trouser waist. Okay, just watch it carefully, and you place it on your new the back pattern. We have to extend it, so I'm just going to use ruler to extend the line there. Okay, so that it can fall on the waistline. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. Because of the buttocks, that's why we have to do all this alteration to the back pattern. So now on the hip line, we'll add 1 inch. On the nail, we add 1 inch, and also at the ankle, we'll add 1 inch allowance, so that the side joining can fall on the right place by the time we join the trouser. So you carefully connect this point. You connect the hip to the trouser waist. You know we've added 1 inch allowance. Then connect it to the nail, and from the nail we'll connect it to the ankle. And also to the hemming. Then at the center back too, you add 1 inch to your nail. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and share my videos with your loved ones, and you can always come back to my channel for more. Thank you guys. Bye.